Hey folks, Tracy here with Scrappy's Rustics. Y'all, I'm not one to do trendy, viral type projects, but this one I had to do because we're doing something in our private group that's kind of out of the box, and I had to just experience, I had to learn by doing just to see and do it for myself. So these canvases are from the Dollar Tree. It's the 8 by 10. One's the solid flat one, and then the 8 by 10 regular canvas. The scrap paper, all three pieces were purchased at Hobby Lobby last year. One says Merry Christmas, one is a music notes and a song, and the other is just peppermint candy stripes. So I used the iron method. I didn't paint anything, but I put two, maybe three coats of glossy Mod Podge down, and I used my big iron because I happen to have it out. So I used that, but I placed a cutting board under my canvas so I got good, adhere. I was able to push down on it so it would adhere properly. My parchment paper did stick to the bottom, but I'm glad I put the parchment paper in there. Otherwise, it would have been my little cutting board there would have been all sticky. So I cut that one to size off camera, and so you want your paper facing up on the top and your paper facing up on the underside. And then if you are using letters or words, or just be mindful when you go to put this all together that you have things in the right direction, because that would be a bummer if you glued things together and your words were upside down, which I almost did. So these are from the Dollar Tree. These are a couple years ago, but last year they had them again. They're just a really sparkly ornaments, and they have a ton of glitter on them. I had spray painted them in the past, so I ended up just putting a coat of white on them because they were kind of like, I don't know, I guess some of the paint had worn off. They just needed a fresh new look. So I just put a coat of white acrylic paint on. Now this stuff is Pentart varnishing glue with glitter. It has like an iridescent glitter. Of course, the camera doesn't catch the glitter at all. It's just really pretty. So that just gave it a nice fresh look. So depending on what you put inside, you don't have to put anything. You could just have your napkin, or your scrapbook paper could have a picture on it. But you do want to be mindful of the size, because that's how big of an opening that you want to make. Now, I'm going through two pieces of scrapbook paper plus the Mod Podge plus the canvas. So I got a nice sharp new blade. This is the first one I'm doing. Next time I would definitely do my X. It depends how many slices you want to make. You can make 4, you can make 6, you can make 8, you can make 12, whatever you want. But I would have went up and down. I would have made a cross first, and then kind of make it like you're slicing a pie. That's the easiest way to explain it. Why I went down the side like that, it ended up working out in my favor. But I got lucky. I got lucky. I ended up doing, I believe, 8 slices on mine. So I would do a cross first and then take it from there. But again, it depends on how many slices you want to do. This is on the smaller size too, using an 8 by 10. I can imagine doing the even smaller one, where they're like 3 by 5s. Those would be a little tricky because, not a lot of space to work with. But a giant canvas, boy, you could do so many of these. That'd be pretty awesome. I've also seen people poke a hole in the middle and then just use their scissors. Use whatever is good for you. I do not have my healing mat underneath. Under my parchment paper is my glass template thing that I use, so I was able to just cut right on. So you can curl these as little or as much as you want, totally preference. Mine was a little stiff because, again, it's a lot. It's the canvas, it's the Mod Podge, and scrapbook paper. As you know, it is pretty thick. I burnt I stuck my fingernail in the hot glue for that first row there. And I can't imagine using any other type of glue, maybe super glue. It's hard to see like where you're gluing it. So the hot glue did the job. I did hold it there for a minute. I would imagine if you use napkins, it wouldn't be as resistant. This material, it is that it's thick and it's resistant. So I love that look. I thought that came out cute. Um, there's so many ways you could do this. And so many different rice papers and napkins and scrapbook. It's really just truly endless. 3D objects, any season. You could stuff the bottom or the top and have little things peeking out. I just went completely simple. I just wanted to get a feel for it. I learned by doing. And I needed to do this for myself for another project that we're working on that I don't even know if it's possible, but we're going to sure give it a go. So I'm using Heavy Body Gel Gloss all the way around the canvas to adhere it. Now I was almost going to put it on upside down. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's actually a pretty cool project. And there will never be no two alike, that's for sure. So I put the Heavy Body Gel all the way around. I used the gloss, and I'm using the little clamps from the Dollar Tree. As you know, I'm trying to square it up, but nothing from the Dollar Tree is ever square. It's just not. So I did my best of getting it as square as I possibly could. And I left that probably about 15-20 minutes to make sure it would adhere nicely. I don't like to use hot glue in situations like this because I feel like by the time you get around where you started, your glue's already set up. So I just had a little patience and used the Heavy Body Gel. I also use it to adhere my tree. And I'll tell you, when I got this thing together, I tried different decorations on the corners and nothing looked right. So I just ended up leaving it simple. I don't really have all my Christmas stuff out either for my greenery and all that stuff. But again, to each their own. Make it however you want. You can totally jazz it up with a bunch of different things, or you can leave it just simplicity. And I think this piece being simple is pretty cool. So I'm using the Heavy Body Gel Gloss again. I do have that on my website. It's a bigger jar though. I tested that out before I went with the bigger jars. So we do have, I think they're 250 milliliters, something like that. Scrappy's Rustics.com. So there was only so many high points on that tree. So I just put the glue where I thought, or the Heavy Body Gel where I thought it would adhere to my surface. And then I put a little bit of weight on that and I set it aside. So I got a Rusty Star and the Merry Christmas. I believe I got those from Amazon a couple years ago. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby sells something very similar. So I painted them both black, and then I painted them both gold. I'll have you know, I did not, like, the gold totally threw me off. It just didn't look right. Gold's really not my thing. I left the star gold, but I will tell you, I went back, it's not on camera, and I painted the Merry Christmas with Imperial Red. So now the sides don't look that attractive, so I had to find some ribbon that was fat enough and matched to go all the way around. And this is a velvet ribbon. I had a heck of a time here. I cut a bunch out. See, there's the red. My glue apparatus was acting crazy, so I ended up pulling aside and went all the way around with the red velvet. There she is. If you like my style, I'd love for you to smash that subscription button and maybe even turn on the little notification to be notified when I upload new videos. I hope this video inspired you. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.